Hey guys, Damon Hazelbane here. Welcome back to another video. So today's video, I just wanted to go over like the things that I know on how to cut correctly, how to strip off fat and get shredded, considering that I'm in the process of that in my own life, because I've finished my bulk for now, maybe like a couple weeks ago, and I'm pretty fresh into my cut, but yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm definitely getting a bit leaner. So yeah, still got a lot of fat to cut off me, but yeah, with that being said, I'll get straight into the video. I'm just gonna give you guys tips and advice and how to cut correctly from the information that I know on how to do it. That's helping me cut as I'm in the process of cutting myself, so just want to help you guys. So yeah, the number one thing, like when you're transitioning from, let's say, a bulk, you've been bulking for a while, or you've been dirty bulking or clean bulking, whatever, it doesn't really matter, but once you decide to go into a cutting phase, you decide you've been bulking for long enough and you want to strip off your fat, get shredded, get ripped or whatever. After your bulking phase, you kind of want to it's kind of good to have like an active rest. Like you can just go light in the gym, like let your body kind of rest and recover from going hard for a certain amount of time bulking, so like have like a week or two active rest where you lift light or where you don't lift at all. And then after that, you want to get into like a maintenance phase where you just eat your maintenance calories for maybe like a week or something, and just still go a little bit easy, ease your way in. And then after like a week or two of being on maintenance, dropping your calories, adjusting to a lower calorie intake, then you can jump straight into your cut. And the correct way that you're going to cut and that you're going to be able to strip fat off your body is obviously being in a caloric deficit, because when you're bulking, obviously you're in a caloric surplus. So you just want to you want to find out your maintenance and you want to just eat below that. Personally, I think eat like around 700, you can even go 500 to 700 calorie deficit. Me personally, I'm doing like a 700 calorie deficit, so my maintenance is like around 3,200 calories to maintain my weight. So I'm doing like 700 calorie deficit, which is like 2,500 calories to really strip off as much fat as I can. So yeah, go anywhere from 5 to 700, or you can even go lower than 700, but this video is for like a long cut, like not a mini cut. Mini cuts are short where you can just strip off fat and go on a really extreme deficit. But if you really want to get like shredded, which I'm trying to do, you want to go on like a long cut for like 8 to 12 weeks, so like 2 to 3 months of just eating around 5 to 700 calorie deficit every day. And also what's going to help is when you're fasted in the mornings, like first thing in the morning or not long after you wake up, you want to hit cardio. Ideally like 15 minutes of cardio fasted every morning, which is what I do. So that's going to help you burn calories, because just to get it out there, cardio doesn't burn fat, it burns calories. So therefore it puts you more in a caloric deficit, which will help you use more energy and lose more fat. So yeah, you want to do cardio every morning, 15 minutes a day, fasted ideally, before you eat, because that's the best time really to do cardio. But yeah, so also when you're cutting, you want to make sure that you're eating enough protein. So you want to ideally get 1 gram per pound of body fat. So like if you're 200 pounds, you want to eat 200 grams of protein. Some people say to eat a little bit more than that, but as long as you get 1 gram per pound of body fat, if you're 180 pounds and eat 180 grams of protein, or you can eat an extra 10 20 grams over if you really want to have that extra higher protein intake, because it's very crucial that you make sure that you're eating enough protein every single day, because that's what's gonna keep your muscle there. So definitely make sure you're eating enough protein, and make sure you're eating enough carbs and fats also. Don't really limit your fats to the point where your hormones will be stuffing up. You want to have enough fats to where your hormones are supported, and enough carbs to where you can get that energy before the gym and stuff. Personally, or ideally, you want to eat like most of your carbs before and after your workout, like mainly before your workout, so that when you get in the gym you don't feel real lightheaded and whatnot, because you're in a deficit, because you may feel a bit more fatigued when you're working out, especially going to failure on your set, in any of your sets. So definitely make sure you're eating plenty of carbs before you go to the gym. Eat most of your carbs for the day, before and after the gym on your gym days. And so the best way to track what you're eating, because if you're just getting started into cutting and stuff, it's best that you download either MacroFactor or MyFitnessPal. There's 2 fitness apps that you can track your calories in. Personally, I use MacroFactor. So you just download it, you put in your weight, put in your goals, and it will pretty much set up your calories for you, or you can personalize your own calories. You just want to use one of them apps after you find out your maintenance calories, how much calories your body needs in a day, and subtract into a deficit and get like 700 calorie deficit, and get to the right amount of calories that you want to eat every day to lose fat. Once you know that exact calorie number, if that makes sense, you want to use one of them apps to track your carbs, your fats, your proteins. But so just you want to, like, on the back of everything you eat, it'll tell you how many calories per serve. Just put in, if you say you just log the calories for that specific food you ate, and put in the carbs, proteins, fats, all of the macros. It will say on the back of the packet, like say on the back of a pasta packet that you eat, on the back of your rice, with chicken and steak and things like that don't have the macros on the back of the packet. You can type it up online, which is what I do. I definitely use scales. You're going to need a pair of scales. With my chicken and steak and stuff like that, I just weigh it and I put in on Google, the macros of this weight of chicken, blah blah blah, and it will come up, and then you just add that into MacroFactor or MyFitnessPal and stuff like that. So you don't really need to track like every single thing, like your fats, carbs and everything. The main important thing is just to make sure you're every single day you're eating enough protein, you're hitting your protein intake for the day, and make sure you're hitting your calorie intake for the day. Those are the two main things. You know, if you just track your calories, track your protein, and you hit the right amount each day, you know, your carbs and your fats should be, you know, should be pretty good, you know, within that calorie intake that you've had for the day, if that makes sense. But yeah, you can take it to the extreme and track every single macro that you eat in every single meal, which is what I usually do, but not everyone goes to the extreme and tracks every single thing they eat. But if you're a beginner, you know, if you're just starting out on your first cut, I advise you to do that. Track every bit of your macros that you eat in every single meal on one of them apps I told you. And yeah, so to be honest, that's pretty much everything. That's pretty much all the information that I can give you guys for cutting. So yeah, so you just want to stick with it for 8 to 12 weeks. Obviously, you know, if you had been dirty bulking and whatnot, you know, like I personally was myself, and I put on a lot of unnecessary fat, it's going to take, you know, it's going to take some time. So you just got to be patient with the process. Consistently every morning fasted, doing your cardio 15 minutes to 20 minutes every morning, you know, consistently tracking your macros, making sure you're eating the right amount of calories, you're not eating too much, and buy yourself a pair of scales, because, you know, you got to weigh out everything, because if you're just eyeballing it, say if you eyeball a bit of peanut butter or something, it'll most likely be a lot more than you think. So, you know, make sure you get a pair of scales and weigh out each serve of each thing that you eat, and yeah, that will help you you know, not eat too much when you're thinking that you're not eating that much, if that makes sense. So yeah, you know, with the training aspect for, you know, cutting, I don't really think you need to change it up very much. You know, I'm still pretty early into my cut, but I heard that at the end of your cut it's good to do more higher reps and stuff. So yeah, but I'm not at the end of my cut yet, but just pretty much do what you've been doing to grow muscle, you know, but, you know, keep up with your volume, with your intensity. Personally, I do a bro split at the minute, so I do chest one day, back the next day, blah blah blah, one muscle group a day, and I do like 5 exercises for each muscle group in the one day, with 4 sets each exercise, 3 sets close to failure, and the last 4th set of each exercise I always go to failure. So I don't do too much intensity, I don't do too much volume. It's like 20 sets a week per muscle group that I do. So yeah, bro splits are good, you know. I personally enjoy them because you can go, you know, hard. You can put your all into each muscle on each day, you know, whereas, you know, with other splits where you got to do multiple muscle groups in one session, after you finish the first muscle, you're a bit more fatigued and you're not going to be able to hit that muscle with as much, you know, energy or whatever in you. But to each his own, you know, there's plenty of splits out there. But yeah, that's a little bit off track because this video is about cutting, but my point is just stick to the same split that you were sticking to, you know, while you're bulking, and, you know, stick to the same volume, same intensity, etc. You know, it's definitely best to, you know, have a bit of a higher volume while cutting. Like, don't cut out all your volume and just like go straight out, all out on intensity. You want to, you know, have a good amount of volume, good amount of intensity, and also you want to try and keep your strength as much as you can. But if your strength goes down, you just go higher reps, which is fine, because as you get back on a bulk, your strengths will easily come back. But yeah, you want to be lifting heavy, pretty much as heavy as you were while you're bulking, if you can, to try and to tell your body to keep that muscle that you've already built. So yeah, that pretty much covers up everything that I can think of when it comes to cutting. I don't know everything about cutting, but I do have a fair amount of knowledge on it, because I've been researching and learning a lot about it myself, considering I've just began my cut, so I've still got another couple months left into my cut. I'm very early into my cut, so I'll keep you guys updated as I get leaner. Yeah, the lighting's probably not very good here, but I'm still a little bit bulked up. Still got some fat to cut off, but I reckon I'm gonna look pretty insane once I get shredded. So yeah, I hope this video helped you guys and gave you some knowledge on how to strip off that fat that you don't want there after bulking and putting on mass. So yeah, make sure to do me a favor and drop a like, comment down below your thoughts, opinions, video ideas you want to see. There's going to be more videos on the way, sticking to a weekly schedule, uploading Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you put on the bell notifications so you're notified each time I upload a new video. And yeah, with that being said, God loves you, God bless you, I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.